So, I'm spraying. Got a very thin base coat of silver. It dries matte, it's supposed to dry matte. Do a couple more coats of this, and then get the candy orange on top. Obviously, I'm doing this. I don't have a spray booth or anything, so I'm doing it as catching the weather as I can. It doesn't look too bad actually. We'll see. It's a little bit patchy because it is only a thin coat at the minute, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, building up the coat slowly but surely, and it's becoming more and more even with each coat. I'm really pleased with that actually. It is a metallic, but I think I'm going to do one more very thin coat, and I think a little bit of sanding just to make sure everything is toned down. And then I can do the colour, but not today. I'm doing this on my lunch break. Made hay while the sun shines. Believe it or not, the sun is shining at the minute. Okay, I'm going to leave that for the day. I've done a few coats on it, and I'm going to see how it dries. Do a little bit of sanding, and I think it's good. I have to say, considering I'm using aerosol cans, it is automotive aerosol cans, I've got them specially, and I'm doing it in a far from ideal situation in my garden. They've actually come out very well. Actually, I'm pleased with them. Obviously, a professional would get a better finish. I'm sure they would. But if you were on if you were on a galloping horse riding past these, you'd say, oh, they look okay. Right, just sanding it down again. So it's lovely. It feels like glass. Actually, it's really pleased with it. So I've got plenty of paint, so I'm going to do a few more coats and just build it up because it's getting nicer each time I do it. I've been using 1200 grit sandpaper between coats, wet and dry paper. I've been doing it dry actually. The finish is good. It's coming out really smooth, and a nice key for the next layer. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do a few more coats of silver because it is getting better each time. Another stint of standing, and then just rubbing it down with a tack cloth to get all the kind of particles off there. And it is actually quite clean, tack cloth, so I'm pleased with that. I think I'm going to do one more coat of silver, so that'll be about 5 or 6 coats it's had, and then move on to the colour. And there we go, pleased with that. Okay, I'm going to let that dry and then move to the colour. That's the first couple of coats of the candy orange. I have to say, I'm pleased with that. There's a little imperfection. You probably can't see it, but I can see it. But hopefully I'll be able to sort that out in the sanding. So I'm going to let that dry overnight actually. And then I'm going to come back to it. Do a little bit of sanding, 1200 grit as usual. And then finish it off with a couple more coats. But I have to say I'm pleased with that. Well, obviously a pro could do better, but you know what, I think that's very nice. Next morning, and I've just done some more sanding and another coat. It's getting better. I'm going to do another 1 or 2 coats, I think, but then I think we're done. Looks fairly even to me. There's some little things which I've not bothered about, like there's a couple of marks there which were in the tank anyway, and I didn't bother filling them purely because the graphic covers them, the vinyl graphic covers them. So getting better. As is usual in Salford, had a lovely sunny day, and then within a few seconds dark clouds come over and I can feel rain in the air. So I've had to get everything under cover, and we'll have to continue whenever.